Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To begin my presentation, I would like to greet my honorable examiners, Bapak Dr. Andes Andre Piza, MA, PhD, Ibu Bunga Ayu Wulandari, SPD, MEIL, PhD, Ibu Dr. Reli Handayani, SS, MPD, and my honorable supervisions, Bapak Dr. Andes Ahmad Rida, MA, and Mem Indri Anastasia, SS, MA. Welcome to my presentations. My name is M. Anwar Ibrahim with the student's number RRA1B215027. Let's start with the title, Language Style Used in Shawshank Redemption Movie, a Sociolinguistic Analysis. Language styles is the choice among other alternatives in using language. It refers to the way we convey the same information by using different expression and different variation in language. I would like to study how and why a society affects the way people in using different variation and different expression in using language in communications. Let's move on to the chapter 1. Chapter 1, Introduction. Let's start with the background of the study. According to Copland in 2007, the study of language that is related to society is called sociolinguistics, which consists of two words. Socio means society and linguistics means studying of language in society or language in its social context. However, language is complex. We not only to know the meaning of the word that uttered in the sentence, but also we need but also the culture, the context, and the situation is must be understood, such as it's in public or private conditions, formal or informal, or who might be hear the sentence. According to Tudorov and Ducrot, in 1933, page 44, language style is the choice among other alternatives in using language. It refers to the way we convey the same information by using different variation of language and different expressions in communication. The researchers interested to study the language styles, especially on the movie. The study will focus on the language style used by the main character among the other characters in the movie. The researchers will observe the interactions of the main character and among the other characters in the movie. The language style theory proposed by Martin Jost in 1979 with his book entitled The Five Clocks, who divided into 5 styles. They are prosant, formal, casual, consultative, and intimate styles. Problem of the study. There is only one research question in this study. There is, what language style are used in by the main character in Shawshank Redemption movie? And objective of the study is to describe what language style are used by the main character in this movie. And the scope of the study, this study will focus to analyze the main character or the utterance used by the main character in this movie. Only the utterance that used by the main character will be analyzed in this research. And the significance of the study. The significance of the study is to enrich the understanding of sociolinguistics, especially language styles, by analyzing the language style that used in the movie. And practically, it will serve as a model of analyzing language style, and it can be used in classroom or as reference for further research. Let's move on to the chapter 2. These chapters cover definitions and theory related to the topic that will help to answer the research problem. One is the definition of language. I take from the Hartzman in 1972, page 123. It says that language is the most fundamental means of communications. Language is the primary object of the study linguistics, and linguistics approach the notion of language from different point of view. Based on the definition above, we can conclude that language is a tool for communications to express our ideas, feelings, and thoughts. It has sounds, gesture, and signal that have patterns. It can be spoken, written, or gestures language. And the relation between language and society. Language is not simply means of communicating information about a subject, but it also a very important means to establishing our relationships between other people. Sapir states in 1921 in page 8, language is a purely human and non-instinctive method of communicating ideas, emotions, and desires by means of system of voluntarily produced symbols. And then language styles in sociolinguistics. According to Ronald Wardorf and Janet M. Fuller, an introduction of Sociolinguistics 7 editions, when choosing a style, we can speak very formal or very informally depending on the circumstances, the kind of occasions, the very social age, and other differences that exist between the participants, the particular task that is involved. Let's move on to the next chapter. So this is the theory by Martin Jost in his book The Five Clocks, who divided the styles into the five. They are prosant, formal, consultative, casual, and intimate style. The most formal style is the prosant one, and then formal, and consultative is between formal and informal. Casual is informal, and intimate is very informal. So the five styles will indicate the way people use this style. So the more close the speakers in communication is, the the less formal it will become. It will indicate the relationship between the speakers, and then the phrase, the choice of words, phrase, and sentence, and then how they address other people will indicate these styles. Chapter 3, Research Method. Let's start with the research design. This research uses the qualitative research design. According to Nazir in 2004, in page 2005, in page 64, he said that descriptive method is a method of research that makes a description of the situations, of events or occurrence. The type of qualitative research in this thesis is a document analysis, which means The method for studying or retrieving meaningful information from documents. In this study, the writers has to analyze the speech style in Shawshank Redemption movie. The writer used the movie as a script. Such kinds of data are classified into qualitative ones, and then the data and source of data. This data in this research is in the form of words from the script of Shawshank Redemption movie, the utterance and the conversations taken from the movie. The writer also used library research to select the book, journals, and the other written resources that support this research. And data collecting method. To collect the data, the researchers watch the movie, read the script, and then identify the script containing speech styles, and then analyze the data. And data analysis method. In order to get the data needed, the research watch the movie and pay attention with every utterance that produced by the main character in this movie. In analyzing the data, the procedures are conducted as follows. First, observe the main character and then making or take a note to the conversations that containing speech styles, and then the data are collected from the movie by matching the script and the conversations occur in the movie. And then the data are selected and grouped into 5 styles based on the chronological in this movie. And the data script are classified and identified based on their styles, and then the data are analyzed, and finally the result of the analysis are concluded. These chapters discuss about findings of language styles in Shawshank Redemption movie. Based on the analysis have been done by the researchers only found 3 types of language. They are formal, consultative, and casual styles. There are so many ways to identify the language styles used in the movie. The researchers only used these 3 ways to identify language styles in this movie. First, the relationship between the speaker. Are they friends or strangers never met each other before, or they are friends? And then how they address or calling other people. Uh, they use their rank or their name in the conversations. And then the word, phrase, and sentence. Uh, the vocabulary is formal ones or not. Uh, the structure is complete or not. Formal styles. This conversation is happened between ND and DA, who it stands for District Attorney. Uh, this indicates formal style because the relationship between ND and DA is strangers. They are never meet each other before. And then the way DA use uh, call Andy as Mr. Duprance is also indicates the formal styles. And then there are no there is no shorten of words in these conversations, such as strike me as a fantastic coincidence. It shows that less intimacy between ND and DA. And then simple feedback such as on that sir, we are accord. It also indicates the formal style. And the next example is consultative style. This conversation is happened between Andy and his guard Haywood. Uh, this conversation indicates consultative style because consultative style is the style between formal and it can be formal and informal situations. Uh, it indicates consultative style because the relationship between Andy and Haywood is strangers. They are never met each other before, and then there is no there is some vocabularies that not standard ones what such as what you say, and then Haywood call Andy as new fish. It means that informal ones. Uh, and then the word choice is still careful and the sentence structure is complete, but the sentence is tend to be shorter and the less well planned. That indicates consultative style. And the last example is casual styles. This conversation is happened between Red and Andy. The relationship between Red and Andy is friends that indicates casual styles, and how Red and Andy call each other with their name, not their rank, such as in this example, Red call Andy with his name Andy, and Andy call Red with his name Red and not his rank. Uh, the other example that indicates this is casual style is uh, how red how red indicates opinion in his utterance, such as I guess we are getting to be friends, and we. This is indicates the opinion from Red about Andy. This indicates casual style. Finally, it brings me to the end of my presentations. I have divided in my conclusion into three main parts. First, there are 299 scenes during all the movie. From those scenes, only found 10 scenes that represents language style used by the main character and the difference. And the second conclusion, these data are formal, consultative, and casual styles from the five types of language styles. Both frozen and intimate style cannot be found in this data. And the last conclusion is the dominant type of language style is casual style and the less data is formal style. The suggestions of this research. First, the researchers believe many linguistics theory can be used to support and develop in the next study related to language style. The study only focus on language style that is used in movie, and the researchers think that the result of the study is still far for being perfect. So the next researchers should have much time to give deeper information about language styles because language styles have relation with other theory isn't easy to be identified in the movie. That's all about my presentation. I'd like to thank you very much for your time and for listening. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.